Maybe half an hour, because I quite like to put the people in the reflection, so I'm going to need to have a little bit of a study here. And
Which eye are you going to do that?
I'm going both, yeah.
Right, okay. I'll get a close up like that.
Yeah, what I can do if you like, I can just go through. Our poet laureate from Portsmouth. Absolutely. Now, this performance is going to be her reading, as well as we're going to have dancing going on as well. Now, Sam regularly works collaboratively with other artists, writers, musicians, takes inspiration from natural landscape, people, history, and the stories of Portsmouth. In this piece, it'll be 2 original poems by Sam, and they take shape
to make it happen through dance. It's called Authenticity. Sometimes the music of the street stops you in your tracks and changes your choreography. Sometimes the rhythm inside your head is out of time and you find yourself searching for a harmony, a direction. Because in between the traffic and noise and chaos, there are poems just waiting to be written in your footsteps. Urban sonnets and concrete rhymes, moving to the symphony of the rush hour. Every crack in the pavement, a simile, a metaphor, a note of expression. Traffic lights in a moment to freeze. Pause. Reflect. Process. Unravel. Reconnect. Breathe. Earth. Anchor. Focus. Rewind. Channel, heartbeat, energy, spirit, life in the seams of the buildings, the ley lines left by poets and architects, the imagination. Because I have been all my life trying to chase comets and city lights, longing to join up the stars on my skin and behind these eyes, with the constellations left as the waves moved the shingle and the wind took the leaves, suspending them for a second in frozen animation. Reading the first spots of rain hitting the concrete, like a map, a horoscope, a philosophy, a message just for me. And sometimes, in the heartbeats, somewhere between the coastline and the city, I hear your chorus, catch the ballet of your movements as they grace the street, navigating roads and crossings, bus stops, and the tapestry of people standing in lines, waiting and rushing, all or nothing, noise and silence, and I can't help but wonder, in the magic of these moments, the dance of sunrise and sunset, aching muscles, sweat, salt, chemistry of organic and urban movement, the authenticity of our dance, voices, poems, our signatures, to remind and celebrate all these stories and connections. And this is literature and choreography, but it's also an affirmation, a translation, an echo, a poem, a smile, a memory, a dream, a beginning, because if you listen, to the music of the city. Beyond the roar of traffic, you can still hear the waves breaking, the seagulls and meadow pipits, the wind calling, and you realize that you can never get lost in the arms of this city, never far from the ocean, alive and breathing. And sometimes, when the earth grounds you and the buildings look down, remember you are as tall as you dare to look up to. So lift your eyes from the pavement, fall into the sacred encounter, the dance of others, moving left or right on escalators, up and down staircases, in and out of lifts, circumnavigating streets and shopping deadlines, the office, alarm clocks, emails, phone calls, text messages, all longing to reconnect with something more authentic. A movement, a belonging, community, choreography, story, possibility, hope, light, song, strength, music, energy, authenticity, moving, dancing, just waiting for your footsteps. Thank you. The universe saw the ballet waiting behind our eyes, heard our poem before we put pen to paper, knew that beyond the frozen landscape of silence, our voices danced to the pulse of inner rhythm. But uncertainty left us waiting for the spotlight, undiscovered in the dark, hesitating, listening for somebody else's music to signify our movements, in between every breath. Always hopeful, watching the grace of others, longing to be released from our still images. We believed that sometimes that spotlight would never seemed even to pass us by, overlook our beauty, failed to see the dance that we could feel waiting on the inside. But the universe saw the ballet waiting behind our eyes, heard our poem before we put pen to paper, knew that beyond the frozen landscape of silence, our voices danced to the pulse of inner rhythms. So we reached out, trying to shape the spaces between our poems, to shape sounds, muscular vowels and consonants. We trace words without needing a movement, muscles arched, limbs in flight, but only ever our reflection staring back at us. But the universe saw the ballet waiting behind our eyes, heard our poem before we put pen to paper, knew that beyond the frozen landscape of silence, our voices danced to the pulse of inner rhythms. So we began a journey, moving to the music on the inside, believing in art that takes shape as we feel the spaces around us in sculptured. You can't ignore the universe. Her seasons call you to lead, not follow, to release the spirit and inspiration. And in order to create, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith in dancing outside the spotlight, to release the unique signature of your performance. So, if the music's in you, you can't ignore it. You've got to lift your pen to paper and write. And when the noise of fear tries to hold you back, just listen to the power and simplicity of following your art, whatever form it takes, and know that when, not if, you dare to dance, the music and the spot and you, wherever you are.
Thanks very much.
Sorry for the microphone, thanks very much.
Put her in the jump box in front of you. That will be going on in just a moment with your man Ephraim Catlow at the helm, the resident Flatland BMX King. Just a moment, guys. Once they're all warmed up, we'll get going. Want to say another huge thank you to Sam Cox, Kelly White, poet and dancer, smashing it there in front of you with the spoken word. Also, guys, gotta say a huge shout out and thank you to the followed by Zero Gravity, the mountain bike trial show. Get ready, get set. We're gonna be taking off in just a moment. been Flatland King. He's competed internationally, competed in X Games. He's won the King of the Flatland before as well, and you can see why with his amazing control of the bike on the flat ground and his ability to maneuver it. No brakes, just pegs, wheels, and his own slick self looking good on that bike, making it look easy every time. I'm gonna hand it over.
Likes to get a little bit crazy early in the show, having to tell him to cool down, build the show up. As you see, fast bits of feet out. Callum like a true pro. Dialed. Yes, Callum, right. So we're going to build it up into a little bit of a train now. So we're going to show you a fast spin. So we're going to be building up the show. You'll see 2, 3 from Charlie. Alright, so that's one toe in. You need to make more noise. Let's see 2. The louder you get. 2. There's 2. The louder you get. That is not easy on a bit of a... Trust me. Connor Hepburn. Noise for Connor. Easily. Right. You got 3, Charlie? Right, you need to make more noise. Can you do it? Not an easy trick. Look at that, he makes it look easy, but who actually can use 4? Maybe leave that joke. So we're looking at a no-handed air from Callum. There's the Buttercup. Oh, we've got a Buttercup train here. I don't think Callum's going to be able to do that. Yeah, takes it upside down as well. And on the topic of upside down, right, we're going to show you a flip and an air. It's called a flare. So you go upside down and you turn 180 degrees. Right, what do you think? Hands off on that. Make some noise, Portsmouth. This guy's by a no-handed flare. So he's going upside down, turning 180, and no hands. The louder you get. There it is, perfect. Not to be undone, he learned that yesterday. Crazy, in the last show he learned that trick. It's called a turn down flare.
Extreme sports is that basics never means boring. It means really freaking difficult. As you can see, Chris is on just a 4-inch wide piece of metal, balancing completely still on the bike with both feet on his pedals. You think this is easy? I encourage you to try and stand on the ground on both pedals. It is extremely difficult. But that's not enough. He's got to be able to go up and onto obstacles like he's just done, hopping around, making it look good. And there's only one way to go from here, and that is that 5.5-foot drop straight to the ground, as you're seeing Chris do right now. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Chris done it. Ladder of Doom. And the Ladder of Doom is called that because each rung is smaller than the flat balance beam, and it has a downgrade. So you'll see him come down on this right side of the ladder, maybe even throw a nose wheelie in there to make it look good. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Andy, getting a little bit crazy. Now remember what I said. He is great when it comes to hopping up from the ground onto things really high up in the air. You'll see this box here right in front of you. Not much of a run up at all. 3.5 feet in the air. He's going to try and get up onto there from the ground. Remember, that's his whole body and the bike using just pedals. There's no motor, ladies and gentlemen. That is all his own steam. But that's not enough. He's going to go back over onto the Ladder of Doom from that box. And then all the way back up. Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand, Andy portion of our ring. And that is the band that you see over here on your right side of the arena. They're gonna get even more intense when it comes to this balance. Pull yourself together. We're not taking the bike down there anymore. you gotta get on this. Ladies and gentlemen, in extreme sports, there's only one way, and that is forward. It doesn't always mean upwards, but it does mean onwards. So Andy's gonna go that 8.5 feet from the crow's nest straight to the ground. There he is, facing his fears. Give him a hand. He makes it look, well, I don't want to say pretty, but at least he does it well. Now Chris is going to show you what it means to not really have that fear of heights. He's going to take it a little step further, maybe show you a little something extra as he goes across the beam into the nest. You all right there, buddy? Shaking off the cobwebs from yesterday? It was an amazing day yesterday, it shows. Let's hope we can bring that a little bit this morning. Here comes Chris into the crow's nest with a huge 360. Make some noise. God. But he makes it look amazing. He's doing the reverse traverse. Going from the box, back onto the beam, and across to the other box, and yes, maybe even up onto the trailer. Getting set. Gotta get onto that balance beam. All the way across there. Now he's gonna go from that up onto this rail, and then up onto the trailer. Like I said before, it's 4 feet across, but now 2 feet up. And he's got to go wheel to wheel. That means back wheel to a nose wheelie on top of the trailer. Takes unbelievable strength, concentration. There it is. Give him a hand. All right, gentlemen. Let's go for a little bit of competition, maybe, yeah?
Let's have my winter on. This is good, but I still don't know which way that's. Stick with me, baby, till we find a map. But you left the best girl and you went bye-bye. Cause you're by the sky. Now it ain't that sly, but I'm not that shy. And I will fight. I'll always rather take this. Cause I'm better with a little bit of good chuck you off a cliff. Now I would. Think I'll have to give it a miss. Cause maybe you'll be nice to reminisce. Cause I don't stop in my boat. Cause you're pretty on the top dog. Let it get your head around you. Strong with your fingers in the round down. Shut up, hold it, sleep. I don't really understand what's going on. In my head or in my head. Don't really understand what went wrong. So what went wrong, what went wrong.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you see warming up in the arena, we got the start of our next shows, and it's gonna kick off in the baddest way possible with the roller wenches here to tell you more and to take up the mic. The gauntlet is Tess. Ladies and gentlemen, Tess and the roller wenches.
Hello. So with the roller wenches, we've been going since 2010, June 2010. So there's only ever 5 skaters from each team on track at any one time. The game lasts for an hour. It's broken down into 2 halves, and each half is then broken down again into 2-minute jams. So I'll get them to line up on the pivot line, or on the jam line. So as you can see, we've got 5 white blockers and 5, oh we've got 4 because it's a reduced track. So we've got, and blockers, yeah. So we've got 5 on each team. We've got 4 black blockers at the front and we've got 4 white blockers at the back. And we've got jammers behind them. You can identify them because they've got stars on their helmets. They're called pivot covers. So the jammer's job is to get through the pack of blockers. But the blockers are going to stop the jammers from getting through, and they can use a variety of techniques to do this. They can, if I come over, I don't know, I think I have to be near the mic though. It's alright, don't worry. It's alright. So, if I can just get you out for a second, and can I get you out for a second? You come here. So, she's allowed to hit this person, or she's allowed to hit the jammer in a variety of ways. She can use like her full body, she can use her hip, but she's not allowed to use her head, she's not allowed to use her elbows, she can't block anywhere sort of above here, that's not allowed, and she also can't block anywhere sort of below here, that's not allowed, that's a low block. You're really naughty, you get sent and put in the bin if you do that sort of thing. Also, because our backs are quite important, we're not allowed to hit any from that. It's pretty much anything goes apart from that. Obviously today we're not going to be really playing at full capacity because there's quite a lot of things that we can get injured by. But if you want to come to our next game, it's in October now, we just had our last one. We're 42, we're 42, we're 42nd. 34! We're 34 in Europe, so that's, and 20th in the UK, so we're pretty big. Out of 208 leagues, so we're pretty big. We've done pretty well for ourselves. Alright, so the jam starts when the jam timer, we don't have one today, but when the jam timer blows the whistle. So let's do like a 50%. So the jammers have to get through the opposing blockers. It's their job to stop them getting through. So she's through first, white jammer's through first. She's lead jammer. Lead jammer is able to put the jam off at any time. So, right, so she's pulled the jam off. No one scores any points at all. But let's start again on the pivot line. Jam line, even. So let's imagine that we go again and white get out first, blacks. White's going to get out first and she's going to get a really strong lead. So she's out, she's lead jammer, blacks is stuck, she's out now. So she's going to come through as fast as she can. She's going to pass those 4 and call it off. So she's got 4 points, blacks have got nothing. That's how you sort of earn the points. You earn them sort of 4 or 5 points at a time. In a proper jam, on a proper track, sometimes, well we can hold our jammers for ages. So our jammers out and score lots of points. You can get about 25 points per 2 minutes. So let's play like 70%. Alright, so they're getting through. Black's lead, black's round, white's behind her. So blacks are going to try and get to the front. Oh, one's been sent to the bin, she's been really naughty. If you're naughty and you do something illegal, you have to sit in the bin for 30 seconds, then you're allowed back on. So they're really going to stop her. They've got a really tight, strong wall. They're going to stop her getting through. But she's going to keep pushing until she's through. She's going to keep going. She's not going to stop. See, blacks have got white there. They've got a really strong, tight wall. We're really using positional because it's quite dangerous here, but we'll keep going. So blacks is going to go through again. White's going to stop and she's calling it off. Male, and you're looking at sort of, you think this is something that you might want to do. We've also got a men's team called the Portsmouth Scurvy Dogs. Woo, big shout out to the dogs. They're pretty awesome as well, they're very good. They've just won their first game. Right, so white jammer's coming through and she's out. So white jammer is lead jammer. Black is still stuck but she's out. She's got an assist and she's out. White jammer's going to come through as quick as she can. Now whites are going to assist her in getting through by offense. Now she's pushing really hard and now she's through. So she's now got 4 points and whites are going to keep her there as long as they possibly can so that she doesn't get through. She's not going to, are you going to call it? No, she's just going to keep going. She's just going to keep racking up the points. Peggy, your lead. Scoring 5 points every time they get through. You can't call it. I'll call it. I'm actually the whistle. I'm multi-talented. And that's about it. That's roller derby. If you want to come and see more, we play at Havant. Our games are at Havant, we train at Highbury, but our fresh meet is on a Tuesday from 8 PM to 10 PM. That's if you're female and you want to learn how to play the sport, or if you're male and you want to learn how to play the sport, we all play together.
Make some noise from Salisbury. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sekou Freerunners!
Why you look towards nothing, but into a computer, the natural born loser. I said this is a champ, now I want to give thanks to those who made me who I am. That could be fam, enemies, or teachers, or the mental therapists who show me those procedures. It could be my believers, or my lyric readers. The guy that ever tried to deceive us. I want to come of peace, but my soul is in pieces. After being ripped apart of hate, fakes, and leeches. Prepared to look you in the eyes, say to keep your secrets. Instead to tell you lies, kill you when you're sleeping. When it gets good, I'm only dreaming. Trying to work out the reason why they always screaming. Let's get these hands on. I'm loving the interaction. I know you want to put your hands up. Come on, just a little bit, Come on, I know you would. The sisters you said she's right now. Come on, guys, let's get these hands up. Yeah, we're loving it, we're loving it. We're going to give away the first freebie. For a meaning, what mankind is focused on is breathing, fighting without a meaning. I thought about leaving, and what I believe in. The music represents everything that I'm feeling. Without a lot of grieving, lost hope, no goals, on the empty road, no shows, no dough, most likely no hope. How would you take your paycheck and share it all around? Happiness and hope to the people that need it the most. Would you give a homeless man if it called you brand new hope? Cause if it was you, would you ask for help? Would you want someone to help when we scream and yell? But no one's there, and no one ever cares. Or ask you straight up right now. Is it fair that we take for granted that avoid something having more alert? Now on the men and women that we see as poor, but we are the poor, and the hearts that we can soar when we look back in anger at this world wars. And it's only us that will deep down that we are there and we had. And was clear as if the truth that we deserve was just about flaring and making that next sing. Forget every teardrop of life is lost in a blink. Sing. Alright, it's one more time, I want you to sing it. Begging, begging, would you love it? Yeah, begging.
And we're just keen, and we just love sport. We're based on Commercial Road in Portsmouth, near the Argos. That's where you'll find us. Today, we're going to show you a throwdown between two brothers. Before we do that, I'm just going to introduce you to the proprietor, the owner, our lead instructor, Carl.
Hello! Right, guys, what we've got for you. Me and Craig are throwing down. We've got a little WOD. WOD stands for workout of the day. If you come into our gym, every day there'll be a different workout on the balls. We've thrown this together. It includes quite a lot of CrossFit movements that are pretty much the staples. We've got thrusters at the end, 15 single arm alternating dumbbell snatches, 15 power cleans at 60 kilos.
This is a workout that absolutely anybody can do. All ages, all abilities, it doesn't matter. All you've got to do is want to get to the end. There'll be a lot of concentration in their minds now because all they want to do is finish. And in about 2 minutes you're going to see the sweat and the pain in their faces. Afterwards, and feel it. Really hurts. We're 1 minute 24 into this session. Bar jump overs, and not technique, doesn't hurt at all. absolutely exhausting. You don't have to do these weights, we can scale it to your needs. Come on, gents. Come on.
I wanna show us your face. No, 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 no. However old you get, you told the who's not what it used to be. Rejecting your rejection, gave progressive unity. Tell me there's no community, he's the lacking unity. You think we're too loud, then think of what we seem to be. Nothing but my fury, lack of opportunity. Class of race, other taste, giving up on humility. Heard it 20 times before making 21. My whole world with a sandwich, full job is never done. The weather's into future, I don't wanna do make you smile. Look, I'm on the heart, justice is
Is a feet too big, a feet too big to move.
It's us. No one can even remember the day the freak show came to town. Engraved in entertainment, you can tune in and surround. A man disfigured alone at home, moved back with his dad. Empathy just reaffirms he's not got it so bad. Inside, he's been kind of glad he's running my bullet with dice. And I remember advice he's had, don't buy that, even the price is man snap. Thank you. If I see room for the room, my reaction in 3 minutes. Keep us going, physical synergy can be confusing. Put up windows, make something translucent. Curving the club the way back corner, trenching out for the hatchback corners. Making it known, dominoes fall but never alarm. When a man's phone stop out some, I don't wanna phone on, no, I don't wanna phone on, phone stop out some, I don't wanna phone on, no, I don't wanna phone on. So tyrannical, mechanical workings keep our brains hurting.